Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan. I'm a homeschool mom to 6. Today, I'm gonna have some 8th grade curriculum picks for you guys. It is really hard for me to think about, like, how in the world did I get to 8th grade? Like, I feel like it was just yesterday we were starting the whole homeschool journey when my son was 4, my oldest was 4, and now we're in 8th grade. And yeah, it's just been a lot to think about, especially knowing that after this coming year, we're really at the end of things with him. Like, we're going to be planning for high school, which I kind of did a little bit with curriculum for this year. There is one subject for sure that we are going to count on his high school transcript just because I'm the one teaching it at co-op. But we'll get to that in just a second. First of all, let's start with the first 2 subjects I want to talk about, which are our family subjects. So for history, let's start out there. I actually did a separate video on history and science. So if you're interested in the nitty-gritty details of it all, I will post a link to those videos down below so you can check that out a little further. But we are continuing on with Biblioplan for next year. Now, we are using early modern times is the focus that we are focusing on. This will cover world history along with American history. Now, with Biblioplan, I could have chosen to go ahead and move him up to the high school level text, but you know, I think I decided, well, obviously I decided that I am keeping him with us just one more year before I have him move on to the high school level text for history. But this is the text that we use for it. There's a lot of other components. You can mix and match or use some or not any or whatever. And if you want to know more about it, just check out the link in the description below and it details it a little bit more. But this is what we're going to be using for history. Now for science for him, he is actually going to be breaking off and doing science with my son who will be in 6th grade. And for them, this was a hard choice for me. I went back and forth about a lot of different sciences, and actually I'm really happy with what I landed on. So the first thing that he is going to complete for science next year with his brother is going to be using the John Hudson Tanner books. Now, these are put out by Master Books. However, I actually purchased this from Memoria Press because they have like extensions. They have like quizzes and tests, but then they also have actual student pages. So it kind of takes the information and goes into a little more depth. My only complaint about these books is that they aren't in color. And I'm like, you know, if these pictures were in color, it would just make it so much better. I think a lot more people would use them. But I have been really impressed by what I've seen so far. They're going to be doing this exploring the world of biology. There we go. Now, this is a unit study. It is not meant to be for the entire year. And so at some point, I will be selecting either one of these other levels or one of these other subjects within science from Dr. Tanner, or we will just do something completely different altogether. But to begin the year with, we're going to be doing this. And he also is going to be doing a forensic science class at our co-op. So we go to a homeschool co-op 1 day a week, and he is going to be in forensic science. And it is going to be so awesome. The lovely mama who is teaching that class has already done so much to gather materials and information and all that kind of stuff for this class, and it is going to be excellent. They're going to be doing some dissections, exploring the different facets of science that go along with forensic science. It's just going to be great, and so that's another reason why I didn't want to do like a really heavy science next year, was because that science will actually also have homework that they have to do at home as well. So he will, between this and the forensics class, and then whichever one I choose after this, he will have a nice full year of science, and it will be a great 8th grade year. So the next subject I want to move on to is actually reading and language arts. So I'm just combining this because these kind of start to coincide as they are getting older. So once he gets to high school, he'll have just an English class, and it combines all of the facets of language arts into it. And so that's kind of why I'm grouping this all together. So the first thing is he will be reading various novels that I assign him, along with some simple reader guides, some literature guides. I know I'm using a couple from Rachel over at Where'd You Learn That? I have loved the guide that we used this year, and I've already printed off a couple for next year, which I will share what read alouds and novels we're doing next year in a separate video. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you push that button so that you don't miss that video. But that will be part of it. But also, 3 of the novels he's going to read are from the Narnia series. So he's going to be reading The Horse and His Boy, and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and The Magician's Nephew. And the reason is because his writing, part of his writing, is actually going to be following Narnia Volume 1, The Lion's Song, from IEW. So this is going to be his writing, but it also includes a lot of language arts, reinforcement of like grammar skills and stuff. So I've looked through this a lot, and some of the writing prompts are really cool. Like, I was like, man, I was such a history lover in school. I would have absolutely loved this because it does a lot of connecting and prompts to like World War II, obviously, because of when the books are set and everything. And so I think this is going to be excellent. And so he's excited about that one as well. Okay, so the next thing is I shared this in my curriculum haul video just to make sure his grammar skills are up to snuff. He is going to be just using this really simple language arts and mechanics book right here. And so this will just kind of keep everything fresh and going. And he actually requested this sentence diagramming book. So he, I'm sure, will be doing this kind of independently throughout the year. I don't really mind if he finishes it or not. It's kind of extra. It's just something he requested. But last but not least is probably one of my favorite things that we discovered in the second half of this current school year that we're going to be continuing next year. And that is called Redefining School. Now, I have talked about it a few different times here on my channel lately, and I just cannot say enough good things about it. It has been a total game changer for us. It is a more independent thing because there are 2 live classes included in it each month, but he absolutely enjoys it. I enjoy it. It has just been a really positive experience. So Redefining School, we are doing the literature survey course, and what that means is every month he is studying a different form of literature or literary great in history. So last month he did Ray Bradbury, and so they studied who Ray Bradbury is, what he was known for in his writing, the style of writing he was known for. They read a story. They did some different like worksheet skill things, not very many worksheets, but some of like different terms and things like that. He watches pre-recorded introduction lessons and then completes the work that she has on the printout that she sends us every month and completes the assignments. Now, on the 2nd and 4th week, he has a live class, and the second live class that they do at the end of the month, they actually have an opportunity to share their writing. So all of this course through the month kind of culminates into them going and writing their own version of that author's style of writing. So for example, science fiction writing, and so he wrote a science fiction story, and then they have the coffee house is what they call it, which is their last live meeting for the month. And they have the opportunity to actually share their writing with the other students who are enrolled in the course as well. So it has just, like I said, been a wonderful experience and so loved here in our home. And so he's going to be continuing that next year. And that really does a great job of combining literature and writing and just getting that exposure to really good quality literature and studying all the elements that go along with it. So he's going to continue that. He's also going to continue for spelling power. And I did a video last year on spelling power and how we use it in our home. And if you are more interested in spelling power, learning more about it, then I will put a link to that down in the description below. For math, we are changing his math. So we have always, well, not always. My favorite math and what we have been using the most in our home is Christian Light Education for elementary math. He is at a point now where he is moving into those upper level maths. And I just personally feel way more comfortable with him doing some sort of like video lesson based math. And I thought I would move him into Saxon. However, I started looking into Math UC for the upper level maths. And so next year for 8th grade, he is actually going to be doing, that's backwards, pre-algebra from Math UC. Now, what's nice about this is actually the math that they teach at our co-op as well. So he is going to get instruction 1 day a week on each unit of math, and then he will complete the assignments at home throughout the week. And if he needs help, she has offered to help as well. And so that will be his math. So we're moving on from Christian Light and into that upper level math. I think he's going to do great. The last thing is the electives that he is going to have. And the first one is piano. He has done piano lessons since I don't know, for like 7 years or something. So he's going to continue on with that. He also is going to be doing logic, which is a class that I'm actually teaching at our co-op using the Art of Argument from Classical Academic Press. Very excited about that one, and so is he. And that is the one we're actually going to go ahead and count toward his high school transcript. And then he's going to continue with typing using typingclub.com. That is what he is going to be doing for electives. So that is everything he is doing for 8th grade, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're doing with your kiddo for next year as well. Thanks so much, guys, and have a blessed day.